everybody, welcome to Crocktober. I am Wendy at Hardneck Farms, and for a lot of you that don't know, I got bit by a tick and I have to do a very special diet. I cannot have any meats, dairies, gluten. I have a severe allergy to a lot of the processed foods, so I pretty much have to do a whole food plant-based diet, and it's okay, because I have fun with it. So let me take you along. I'm going to do a couple recipes here, and a lot of people that aren't even technically vegan or whole food plant-based do a lot of my recipes because they're healthy and they're trying to feel better, get over some illnesses. Anyway, there's just lots of reasons people, or that it looks good and they want to try it, or I bring it somewhere and they're like, that's really good, I need the recipe. So you don't have to have a stigma of, oh, it's vegan. Well, sorry, I just can't help it. I can't eat meats or dairies. I have the alpha gal. I have just a reaction really bad. I get really sick, my throat swells up, and just can't do it. Gluten just really affects me in the worst way possible, so I can't do that either. But anyway, guys, I'm going to start this video off. So I'm going to be doing a whole food chili, and it's going to be like a fall chili. Here's some chili beans, and I'm going to start off with the Instapot to cook the beans. So I'm going to pour, and y'all know, anybody that's familiar with me knows I don't measure. It's throw and go. And I am a busy girl on the farm, and so throw and go recipes are my thing. And here I have our stove doesn't work, so I do a lot of the cooking out here. That way while I'm out and about, I can check it and I don't have to go inside and all that stuff. And I have more room out here anyway. So here we go. So what we're going to do first is right here. It's just these chili beans. I am going to be cooking those first, and then, because the Instapot does a really, really good job. This is the little Instapot, and what I'll do is I'll cook these chili beans first, and we're going to cook those on high for probably about, for maybe 15 minutes, because, well, let's do 20, because a lot of the times the beans don't always get done. Now we're cooking that on high. Let me make sure the thing is closed, and here we go. It's on and it's cooking. And look at my hat. I like this hat, by the way. So anyway, I've got some chores to do on the farm, and I will come back and I'll let this decompress, and we will get started on our recipe. Come back, y'all. Okay, I'm back, and the beans have had time to cook and decompress, so we are going to go ahead and show you these. And then down here, I have chopped some sweet peppers. I just got these because I didn't have any sweet peppers this year. And here is the bell peppers and the sweet potato. Oh, mine just went blank. There we go. And I'm going to use this bowl for composting. And so now here's one of my garden onions. I'm going to chop that up. I don't want y'all to see me cry, so I'll be right back. Okay, we'll try this again. I keep getting interrupted. Anyway, here's my compost. I'm going to set that aside. And then here is the trash. This is the seeds and the tops to the peppers. I do not compost any seeds, especially from commercial varieties. So anyway, I wasn't able to have tomatoes the last 2 years. Just so much going on. You just can't grow tomatoes. It's really weird. So anyway, I don't like the canned tomatoes, even though sometimes I do have to use them. This is a little bit better variety. It doesn't taste like a can. So I'm going to go ahead and add some water in there. Kind of mix that up so I can get all of it out. And I'm a little bit messy out here. I'm slinging tomato sauce everywhere. Anyway, you might try those. I was able to throw the onion and pepper and stuff in. This is a little Ninja Foodie, and I really like this thing. It has a slow cooker option. I'm going to stir this up. Now, the vegetables are all in here. Let me show you. Tomato sauce. Now here comes the fun stuff. Now in here I have, and I'm shaking this up pretty good. This is a mixture of turmeric, chili powder, paprika, a pinch of garlic powder, and cumin. And I'll put that all in there, and oh my gosh, that smells amazing. Oop. See, I'm a little bit messy. I have a little soapy water tub right over there. Take care of that. Now, I add a little bit of quinoa. Not very much. That's probably, rough estimate, 1/4 of a cup. Throw that in there. Just because it doesn't have meat does not mean there's not a ton of protein in here. And then I'm going to add some red lentils. You can add brown lentils, green lentils. It just really gives it some more protein and nourishment. So when the meat prices are just outrageous, I can't eat the meat anyway, so I have learned how to get my protein without meat. A lot of protein in vegetables and beans and such. This is pretty good in there. I'm only going to do just a pinch, but it gives it a really good flavor. And I'm going to stir that up, y'all. Here we go. Mix that. Oh, it smells divine. And it smells wonderful cooking. A lot of times I do this in the Instapot, or if I've got the other Instapots going for other things, then I will use this little foodie out here. I'm going to go ahead and lay that there. It'll be all right. I'm going to put the lid on, and we are going to get this slow cooker going. Oh, got to plug it in. Forgot about that. I think that would help. I'll go ahead and put it back here. There we go. Now I'm going to do the high slow cook 4 hours and 45 minutes. That should be, the beans are already cooked, so that would just be cooking the lentils and the peppers and kind of just marrying the flavor. I don't know that I have to really go that far. Probably about 3 hours and 30 minutes, because I'd already cooked the beans. If I had not cooked the beans, I would run that for probably 6 hours or longer, because I don't pre-soak the chili beans. So I have dishes to do. Here's my little tub over there with soapy water. I have some compost to take over. And then I have a bucket I can put all my little jars back in to go back into the house. But I do have a nice little stuff right here I want to talk about. So when this is done, I will get my bowl or two out for, I have some meal prep containers. I'm going to prep for maybe 2 nights dinner with this, and the rest is going to be canned. And since my stovetop doesn't work, this is what I'm going to use. Let me show y'all. See this big old pot? That'll go on the fire, that little fire pit over there, and I can can. So I picked this up the other day. I like this a lot, so I can throw my canned goods in there, and that could probably hold maybe 6, maybe 8. Definitely 6, but maybe 8, or yeah. I'm really tired today. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of this water in there. Just going to go ahead and top that off. Put that on there, and that will cook. It's on high. And I'm going to save this for later. I have a nice little fire pit out there that I definitely will throw that stuff in. Now here goes the second recipe. this one, it's gonna be a little bit different. There's one ingredient I forgot, so I gotta go grab it. I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, I'm going to do recipe number 2. This is more of a breakfast. Let me get the crock pot ready. This recipe is from Food Babe's Pumpkin Quinoa Porridge. Now, I tried that. To me, I thought the quinoa was really dry, and no matter how much I added to it, it just kept drying out. So I decided that I wasn't going to use the quinoa again, that I was going to use these gluten-free oats from Trader Joe's. You also can use oat groats. I use those a lot. And so here we go. This will be my breakfast tomorrow. A very nice little amount of oats. Now, it called for some other stuff, but I'm not adding that. You can add some nuts to it if you want. I'm adding some golden roasted flaxseed. So I'm just going to sprinkle some on in there. There we go. It smells really nutty and yummy. That'll match really good with pumpkins. And I didn't get but a few Seminole pumpkins this year, and so I wasn't able to can pumpkin. So I'm going to use the good old Libby's. And there's a little, I'm getting old. I don't know what I'm going to do when I can't use this anymore. I have really bad arthritis. And it really hurts to use this, but an electric one just, I don't like them. They don't work very good. All right, I've got a little spatula, not spatula, little thing, and I can get it out. This is a throw and go recipe as well. Really like those. Easy peasy. When you're busy on the farm, it's just so much easier. Let me get that. Alright. And I'll add some, I'm using coconut milk because I went ahead and bought a bunch of this. I cannot do dairy, cannot do milk at all. And coconut milk is really high fat, so not a very good alternate choice. I do have some oat milks, and oat milk is really, really good. I'm gonna add that in there and kind of swish that around. Just go ahead and pour that on in. I'm also going to add some water so that it's not set, because those oats will absorb a lot of the milk. I'm going to add some more, but I'm going to add the spices. So it called for ground cloves. I'm just going to do a pinch because cloves are pretty strong. Call for ginger. I'm going to add some ginger. I don't mind ginger at all. And cinnamon. I really like cinnamon. I was thinking what would also be good in that would be some date syrup, or some maple syrup. It did say you could use maple syrup, and I think that would be really good. Use this Trader Joe's cinnamon. Really like that a lot. And I will go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and shake this up some more because it's just been sitting. So I've been using this up in recipes and stuff. This would be a good one to use. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and pour that in. Because remember, as it slow cooks, it's going to absorb a lot of that. I'll go ahead and use this one. Kind of mix that up really good. Because the pumpkin's a little thick. It smells really good. Like I said, I did try the quinoa and I really didn't like it. I liked all the other flavors, so I thought, well, why don't I do it with the oats? Now I also will try it with oat groats as well, because it's a little bit more healthier option. They're just hard to find. There we go. That looks really good. Nice and mixed. Smells like fall. This is really healthy and nutritious. And actually, I like the flavors. I'm gonna go ahead and use that to get the rest of the pumpkin off. There we go. Let me show y'all. Right down in there. I'm gonna throw it in the slow cooker, let it slow cook, and I will come back when all the recipes are done, show you. This will be a nice, delicious breakfast. So when I wake up, have my coffee in the morning, or watch my friends on YouTube real quick before I get my day started, I can have some pumpkin porridge. But instead of the quinoa, we'll use the oats. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on low and go ahead and plug that in. So that's slow cooking as well, along with my fall chili, nice veggie and bean chili. And you can add, you can also add some other vegetables to that chili. However, I like it just the way it is. And it has a really good flavor with all that in there. All right, guys, I'll come back when everything's done. All right, it has been over 3 hours. Let me show y'all. I went ahead and flipped that off. Look at that. That is the pumpkin one. And then here is that hearty chili. Look at that. And it smells so good. You can see all the lentils in there, the onions, the peppers. These are sweet peppers. You can see the sweet taters. I could have put a whole bunch more sweet taters in there, but this is the right amount. This is a nice, delicious hearty soup. Oh, well, chili. It smells really, really good. You could consider it a soup too. If I wanted to, I could have added some veggie stock to it, but this right here is enough flavor and it is ready to go. So I'm gonna let this cool off and then jar it up. But anyway, this has been fun, Crocktober. I really want to thank Jenny Goff at Jenny's Scratch Made Kitchen and Tony at Kettle Kitchen for inviting me. And I had a great time watching everybody's videos, learned a lot of new things. And I did forget to tell you one thing that I did put in the spice inside that little container when I dumped the spices in. I knew there was one thing I was forgetting, and I crushed some ground pepper into that, because when you add turmeric, you have to add crushed ground pepper to activate the turmeric. Also, here is another tip. When you are cutting onions in the kitchen or somewhere, I cut them out here so it wasn't near as bad. And my eye's a little puffy because I got something in my eye earlier. So anyway, you take a fan and set it next to you, and as you're cutting your onions, that'll blow the onion smell away and your eyes will not burn. So that is a tip that I'm sharing with you guys. I think I've shared it before, but anybody new that's watching, that is a tip. If you're affected by onions and they burn your eyes when you're cutting them, that'll alleviate that problem. Now if somebody's downwind and they have a sensitivity to the onions, you're not gonna make them happy. But anyway, so blow it in a direction nobody's at. So anyway, thank you so much. It's Sunday afternoon and my video will drop the 24th, and I'm excited to participate in this. So go watch everybody's videos, and if you have any questions or want the recipe, I'll be happy to put it down below. And y'all take care.